Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net. Thanks again for watching. It is Tuesday, the 10th of September, and we're in the new offices here at WeatherWeb and just getting settled in, but it's very strange, isn't it? Like moving house, trying to find out where things are and where the best things for things to go is. But anyway, on with the weather. Looks as if we're in for a really cold hit during the early part of next week. Signs still of my high pressure building in the middle to the end of next week, but I must admit some of the models not quite as convinced as they once were about that taking place, but we'll take a look at the details in just a second. Now, as I always tell you, the site's all kept free of charge by the adverts that are around the screen here. When you come back and when you use the site, that generates the revenue, which means that we're able to keep it all free of charge. So just a reminder of that, but let's get on and take a look at how conditions are going to be shaping up during the next few days. And as I say, we're just looking for my signs of high pressure next week. I've been telling you I thought pressure would build in from around the 18th onwards, and it's been an ongoing feature, hasn't it, of the videos over the last few days. Now, got some agreement from the models just at the moment, but not as much as we once had. This is the chart for the 20th. This is from the ECMWF, and although you can see a ridge of high pressure in here, there's actually fronts on this chart as well. We've got fronts that are stretching down like so and spreading northeastwards. So we've got cold front there, we've got warm front here, which will push northeast. So it will be dry across the south and the east given that situation, but here are the remnants of a tropical storm in the Atlantic. And this is from the GEM, from the Canadian. Well, there's the ridge out in the Atlantic, but really through the British Isles, stuck with this northwesterly flow. And the ensemble goes for the idea of the ridge as well, although it too has some fronts here out in the Atlantic moving their way northeastwards and bringing more rain into Ireland and Scotland. So, the idea of my high building in isn't particularly backed up particularly strongly today, but I think what's going on is because of the remnants of Humberto and Gabriel that are out in the Atlantic, I think that really is causing the model some problems, and history shows that when we do have these systems coming into the Atlantic, the models do struggle to handle things. So I'm not going to be put off just yet. I'm still going to go for the idea of dry weather coming in middle to the end part of next week. But we've got to get there first, of course, and this is the 7 to 10 day mean of the 500 millibar flow, so it goes from next Tuesday through to next Friday. Now, it misses the real cold and trough across the UK during the course of the latter part of this weekend into next week, but it has the trough here, look, across Europe, both on the ECMWF and on the GFS, so it's got the trough in there towards the east of the UK. And it's got the ridge, look, building in from the west. So here's the high with the ridge building in, but this strong jet stream towards the north of the UK. So I think it's a close run thing. I'm not sure Scotland's going to be particularly dry as my high builds in, but I think it's going to be, you know, I think many places are going to be dry with sunny spells. I think it's just that north and northwest of Scotland that perhaps won't be, and I think this probably lasting for 4 or 5 days. But as I say, before we get there, we've got this situation back end of the weekend into the early part of next week to deal with. And you see this kind of roller coaster ride of temperatures shown here on the GFS ensemble. You see the rise in temperatures during the course of this week, but then as we get into Friday and the weekend, down come those temperatures once again. Look, and real cold stuff shown in here, 14s and 15s as maximum temperatures during the early part of next week. Notice though how the rainfall amounts decreased, look, according to the GFS ensemble. So that trying to reduce rainfall amounts builds in the high pressure in here, and that's where we see temperatures rise once again, middle to the latter stages of next week. But we've got to get there first, and this is the chart for this afternoon. And low pressure out here in the east is bringing in a strong north and northwesterly flow across eastern parts of the country, reaching gale force at times. Less windy out towards the west, just 1 or 2 showers around, but rain affecting East Anglia and moving down to the southeast during the course of this afternoon. Feeling really cold there. That rain reluctant to clear away from the southeast during the course of Wednesday morning. It will eventually go, and then we'll find these fronts moving in from the west. Those fronts bringing cloud and outbreaks of rain through Scotland and Northern Ireland early in the morning. They'll slip their way southwards by midday to be within that sort of area, and then coming further south during the afternoon. Most of the rain always in western areas, only light rain I think towards the east by evening. Thursday sees quite a cloudy day, I think. Lots of cloud around, and wouldn't be surprised to see drizzle as well. I think most of any rain and drizzle out towards the west and also the south. Perhaps a few brighter spells affecting eastern England, but I think cloud and damp is the order of the day. Friday then sees the front stuck across the south of the country, bringing outbreaks of rain in here. Some of that rain heavy across western parts of Wales and southwest England, but I think a damp, real autumnal feel to the day across the southern half of the UK. More northern areas staying generally dry with sunny spells, just a few showers affecting the western parts of Scotland. On to Saturday, and still cloudy and still damp across the south of the UK. Most persistent of the rain down towards the south-east. Dry conditions elsewhere with a ridge of high pressure building in, but there will be some showers moving into the western parts of Scotland and the north and the west of Ireland. Some bright spells coming through as well. And then on to Sunday. Well, this is where we start to see some real changes taking place. Front sweeping eastwards during Sunday. They'll be taking cloud, wind and rain with them, and quite windy as well across many parts of the country. But it's this feature out here we need to watch. As this slips its way eastwards during the course of Sunday evening and into Monday, what it will do is turn the winds into a northwesterly. That will bring much colder, wetter conditions on Monday, mainly towards the north and the east, but just about everywhere is likely to be affected. Temperatures will be falling, and it looks as if it could be cold enough for some wintry showers over the hills of Scotland as we enter the latter part of Monday and into Tuesday as well. So some really cool weather on its way during the early part of next week. So I'll leave you with those cooler thoughts. Get ready for it. It's going to be a bit of a shock, although I know it has been such a chilly day over in the east today. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining, and bye for now.